So hi, I'm Terry Freeburn and this is Jeff Clark, and we're here to do our monthly market watch series, to give you some information about what's happening in the Peterborough real estate market specifically, and how it's affecting buyers and sellers over the next few months. So Jeff here works with us at the office, and but just start by maybe asking Jeff, how does the market look if you were a purchaser? What should you be concerned with over the next little while?
Morning. Thank you, Terry. Well, we still have the same challenges as before with inventory, obviously. This week, we had some good news as far as the interest rates go. The Bank of Canada has decided to hold the rate, and the indicators right now are that based on the economy, there may not be any increases, at least for the first half of the year.
So what are the rates running now, approximately?
So I'm glad you asked. As a matter of fact, I was just getting ready to renew my own mortgage. A 5-year fixed rate now, depending on your situation, say 3.69 to 3.99.
Okay.
So that's the
So the
range.
government's saying that they're, because of the economy and stuff, they're probably not going to raise the interest rates over the, last year they were talking about maybe about 3 or 4 increases in the rates,
Right.
which I think would affect some people if you got big mortgages.
Right.
In our area, most people
Right.
don't have huge mortgages like they do in Toronto. So, but it would still affect a lot of the first time affordability.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that was one of the things for us. I mean, we're getting towards the end of our mortgage now, but we still had to do the stress test. If we refinance, in our situation, we don't. But certainly the new stress test rules are going to play into factor for a lot of the young people now, too.
So one of the big concerns for buyers, like last year, was, if they're looking to buy a house, to get into this multiple offer competition situation.
Yes.
How's that look this year?
Well, I think the trend is going to continue as we finished off the end of last year, and from what we can see coming now into January, it looks as if the multiple offers are, for lack of better words, they're few and far between. I mean, there are some perhaps higher end properties I think are still getting into that situation, but from what I can see, lots of conditional sales now. People are being allowed to do all their due diligence, and hopefully that trend continues, because it certainly makes it a little bit easier from a buyer's perspective.
Okay. So if you're a seller selling in this market, it's still a seller's market, or would you say it's a buyer's market, or just kind of going along? What would you think?
Well, I would think at this point we're still slightly varying towards the sellers. Well, obviously we had a huge increase over the last couple of years in pricing. From again what you and I have been seeing, the prices are maintaining. I haven't really noticed any major reductions in the pricing of the housings, but what we aren't seeing now is those $20,000 to $50,000 overbids. So from a seller's perspective, I think the market's leveling off a little bit.
Okay. All right. So if you're a seller looking to sell your house right now, what would you think would be the biggest concern? I guess, like all sellers, they want to get the most amount of money for their house. Is this a good time to sell your house, or should they wait, or what do you think?
I mean, again, from my own perspective, I think it's a great time to be selling your house. We're in a situation right now with the interest rates, and yes, they've just held them now, but we all know that the slightest change in that could dramatically affect this market.
Okay. So actually, it's a lot better this year for buyers and sellers. Yes. Because if you're buying a house, you're probably going to have less competition, a little more time to think about looking at a property. You don't have to worry so much about the competition offer. But if something really good comes up, you shouldn't delay.
Absolutely.
Really. But if you're selling your house, we're still a pretty good market. I know last May was probably about the peak of the market.
Yes.
Where we hit about 420,000, and the market now is down to probably about 390,000.
Yes.
So it has slid off, but it seems to be leveling out. Yeah. And but if you're selling your house and you want to buy a house after you sell yours, then this is a pretty good market for that. It's going to give you a little more options, where in the past market that was the catch-22. If you sold your house, you weren't going to be able to find. You were maybe out in the street because you couldn't find one.
Yes, or to go along with that, you would end up, with the house selling so fast and not having those opportunities on the other side. Where now, as you mentioned, I think there's a balance coming. Yeah, so we offer a couple programs, right? That if people, if you're looking to get
an estimate as to what your house is worth in this market, you can go to one of our websites, peterboroughhomevalues.com, or if you're interested in even what the power sale markets looks like, there's not a whole lot of them right now in Peterborough, but there'll be more of them coming up for sale. You can go to peterboroughforeclosures.com to get more information on that, or call us direct, and we'll be happy to help you out. Anyways, thank you very much.
Yeah, and hope you'll join us next time. Thank you.
Perfect.